Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is 6 things Americans are better at than British people.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
That was a long title.
It is. I wonder whether we're going to agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what it could be. This seems very like... I don't know if it's going to be go down the road of like they're better at running than us or they're better at patriotism.
American football.
I'm thinking like patriotism. Are they better at that kind of thing? True. Or is it going to be like individual things?
I mean, like running, that's probably subjective.
Yeah, I'm a good runner.
Yeah, wait, what? Oh, you're doing amazing. You're only running at the moment, aren't you? No, I just didn't expect that. It was like, it came out of the blue. You're doing amazing.
I don't know.
But like American football was the same as a patriotism. You're just given, you're better than us at American football.
Yeah. I'm thinking that way more than the other way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's lost in the pond. His link is in the description, as always. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. What's your like goal for today?
2,000?
Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot, especially nowadays. So smash that like button, we would really appreciate it. Because the more you guys comment, like, subscribe, it does really help the channel out. Helps push the algorithm, apparently. That weird thing which nobody knows and we just post. But apparently it helps push it. So if you can do that, we'd appreciate it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. What have we got?
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to things that we Americans do better than us British people. I'm a dual citizen, so that sentence totally makes sense.
That was confusing. We, us.
And on the back of all of those videos that I've been doing recently that are heavy on research, I thought that this video should just be my observations.
Okay.
In other words, now that I've lived
good.
in America for 15 years, what are some of the things that people here intuitively get that we don't perhaps in Britain? Apart from, you know, kicking arse. And
Considering he's lived there 15 years, he really has not got even a slight twang of American accent.
Yeah, but I reckon he had a real, like, a proper northern accent back in the day.
What, like yours is gone, faded, but like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe when he's talking like with his wife and her family and all that, he picks up.
Maybe, yeah.
I realise that this video might seem controversial, but it's important that it is so that people click on it. But I think, as always, it's going to be light-hearted enough that by the end of this video, we're going to all come together in a big group hug, minus Uncle Toby. And if you'd like to share in that group hug and haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, do that now.
I'd appreciate it. And notification
Before
bell.
we dive into this list, in the meantime, here are 6 things that Americans do better than British people, in my opinion.
I like his opinion.
Number 1, or number 6, depending on how you'd like to order this list. Getting to the point. What do I mean by that? Well, when I say getting to the point, what I mean is, if you're willing to listen to me for just 60 seconds on this, Americans, that is citizens of the United States of America, are much better at cutting out some of the faff that comes with some, but by no means all, British conversations.
Yeah.
And right there, you may have noticed I was using some of that faff to make a very serious point. Before I moved here, I would dilly-dally my way through conversations by saying things like, Philip, in addition to speaking like a radio presenter...
I would say...
What would you say?
I'm sorry.
What would you say?
He's saying that he doesn't do it anymore.
No.
But that when we last spoke to him, we was on a Discord call and it took us about an hour to hang up. Lawrence included.
Yeah, that's not getting to the point. That's just saying goodbye.
No, but we were trying to say goodbye for an hour.
Yeah, that's just the British thing is like,
no,
how many times can you say bye at the end of the phone?
So he still does his British tendencies, is what I mean.
Yeah.
He's like, that is not, we don't get to the point like saying bye on the phone. We dilly-dally around it and eventually you hang up. Whereas I'm American, just get to the point like, I actually need to go, see you later. Have a good day, boom. We are, I gotta go. Oh yeah, I have seen that. Oh yeah. Oh no, I do really have to go. Oh, that's a good point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Presenter from the 1930s. Could I possibly, maybe, put you to the bother of lending me your brolly? Whereas, in America, I've learned not to use an umbrella, but also just to ask, Tara, I'm taking your umbrella. That's a declaration, not a question. In other words, here, especially in transactional conversation, we just use fewer words, get to the point straight away, and nobody seems harmed by any of this. Never be afraid of what the other person thinks of your inquiry or question. Because so long as you're communicating effectively and with respect, the chances are the outcome will be fine.
Going to the gym.
Okay, this one is based on pretty unscientific observation on my part. Essentially, this comes down to I see more people with massive muscles here than I do in Britain. And don't get me wrong, most Americans, just like most British people, don't actually go to a gym. It's just that there does seem to be a higher percentage of Americans that do have a gym membership compared to in Britain, and this one is backed by science.
Oh, okay.
general data.
It's closer.
Because America
It's
famously
4%.
has a gym culture. And how do I know this? Because I was dragged into it once. In my first year of living in the United States, I had a gym membership, and the fact that I only used it to kick a football at a wall should not discount from the fact that I had a gym membership. And when I lived in England, my friends would never talk about going to the gym. It's not that we weren't athletic or anything like that. It's just that we had other ways of achieving fitness, you know, through walking or swimming or, heaven forbid, running.
I think this has changed.
I think it's.
I feel like everybody goes. Not everybody. I feel like a lot of people go to the gym.
Yeah, all my mates. I mean, I used to go to a gym. I don't anymore. You can probably tell. I've got twig arms. But all my mates go to the gym. They have done at school and stuff like that. Maybe we'll just launch a friends group.
Yeah.
And I feel like you see more muscly people in America because there's more people.
Yeah, but that was based on percentage.
Oh, but percentage
Yeah.
is 100% as well. Obviously, it backs it up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I feel that's changed.
I think a lot of
Gym
people
just
use gyms now.
a big part of the conversation. But in America, it's baked into many things. When I had a job in downtown Chicago, one of the perks of working there is that you got 10% off at, say, LA Fitness.
I have that
and
at
it
my
wasn't
work.
that I was working
Not
for the
LA
Chicago
Fitness.
Bears. This was a consulting company. And it's quite common for people to receive such perks. My wife, who was a teacher, got the same. And so because of this, I think it's probably less accurate to say that Americans are better at going to the gym than it is to say gymnasiums and gymnasium culture are advertised to them more. And
Okay.
Uncle Toby, if you want to fight about this, just remember that I'm American now and I have 2.5-inch pythons.
Pythons.
On the whole, Americans are very, very good at celebrating the success of other people.
That's
There are
amazing.
exceptions to
Yeah.
this, like my wife's cousin Chad, who believes that I deserve none of this. But on the whole, Americans are just always so quick to congratulate me on becoming and remaining a YouTube sensation.
Does he know every single one of them is American?
No, but I think a lot of his audience is. But what I would say.
Because I tweeted him saying congratulations.
Oh, did you? Well done. Well, we tweeted.
No, I tweeted him personal.
Oh, well, okay. I'm sorry, Lawrence. I will tweet.
And I'm not American.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but I would say another example of that is like it may have changed now, but back in the day on YouTube, like when people had sponsorships, I would say British people moaned that people were having sponsorships, like, oh, why have you got it? I'd always see Americans comment, get that bread, and stuff like that. They'd be happy for them. British people would moan, like, I guess, like jealousy. Americans like, oh, yeah, you get that bread, and that mindset, and they're happy for them, like, oh, yeah, you go get that money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't know though if it just depends on the person.
Maybe it does, but I think that's more common in the US.
Because we're baiting ourselves out here, saying that we're not happy for people.
Oh, no, I'm super happy. Not everybody is the norm, do you know what I mean? But I think that is very British to be a bit sceptical and a bit jealous. But be happy. Go and get your money and be happy, most importantly.
In Britain, depending on the person, it might go like this. All right, mate, how's that YouTube channel of yours going? Yeah, no, it's going great. I don't know if you're familiar with subscriber count, but 653,000 subscribers. All
Fair play.
right, yeah. Probably all bots, isn't it? Bots? My mum is not a bot. I'm just having banter, lad. I always get confused. And don't get me wrong, I actually value both approaches. When I'm in need of some sort of mental pick-me-up, it is nice to post a tweet saying something like, ooh, I've been watched 67 million times this year, or I got groceries today. Because Americans will always whip out that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio raising a glass. On the other hand, when a British person responds with, hey, oh, it's gone to his head again, it brings me back down to earth. It reminds me that instead of hiring domestic staff, I should really just muck in and fix both hot tubs myself.
For just $49,
second.
you can...
Now, it's that time again, isn't it? When
think you have
both countries
Thanksgiving.
save all of their best holidays until the last 60 days of the year. Chief among these in the United States is Thanksgiving and Christmas Day. And in America, this could mean that I'm about to see most of my wife's extended family twice within 30 days. And this can be great, you know,
It seems
unless my
exciting.
wife's cousin Chad brought the tequila again. What I'm saying is, Americans are better at inviting massive amounts of people. In
The fact that they probably bring massive amounts of people over is because their houses are much bigger. They can host more people.
True.
A lot of them have the open plan, don't they? So I feel like maybe it's just
More inviting for
more
people.
space.
Definitely.
Like imagine loads of people like in a tiny kitchen.
That is true. Also, I want to know this. Now you bring it up. In the US, is it kind of like, there's kind of like a British meme like, oh, I've got to spend Christmas with the family. So, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That people always moan about it. I enjoy it, and I think a lot of people enjoy it. But there's always moan, especially at work and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Do people in the US moan about that? Like in a joking way? Probably not, because the
Yeah.
British always moan. But it's just like, oh, got my family over for Christmas. You actually do enjoy it,
Yeah.
but everyone gets a moan in there, don't they?
Uh huh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let us know.
of people. In Britain, pound for pound, the houses are smaller, so we can't fit 57 people in without making the local news. But also, most of us just wouldn't want that many weird uncles in the same room. So we keep it to a small number, and that way there are more sausage rolls for everyone, unless I get to them first. And this, of course, is a big generalisation. There will be some British family that host lots of people, and there'll be some American families that host no one. But on the whole, when it comes to holiday house parties, Americans really go to town from inside a house.
Ooh, okay.
But despite the excesses of American holidays, there is one surprising thing that I've discovered Americans do better than the British, and it is this. They, now we, are better at not littering. I say that's weird because firstly, you do occasionally see litter just blowing around in the American breeze. But it is to a notably lesser degree than I experienced in Britain.
Okay.
Like even in the woods near to my house where I grew up, you'll occasionally see a polo mint wrapper or a Snickers bar or things I can't mention because I don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah, not as bad in Jersey.
No, I'd say not as bad in Jersey, but
smaller island.
But I guess
get away with it.
Yeah, maybe in England.
Especially up north, literally is quite bad. Yeah, definitely.
A polo mint wrapper or a Snickers bar or things I can't mention because I don't want to get demonetized again. In places in America that would be considered the equivalent of the towns and cities that I lived in Britain, there's just notably less of it. This was my experience on the West Coast and on the East Coast and some places in between.
Okay. Oh, this is just
and we end sort of where we started. Americans are better than British people at speaking Spanish. And in many ways, this assertion is similar to the one that I made about going to the gym. By no means do all Americans speak Spanish, but around 42 million people speak it as their first language in the United States.
Wow.
And a further 15 million have learned it as a second language. It's also the language that comes up the most when I get into a conversation with an American about what languages did you learn at school? And my first answer would be French, and their first answer almost always would be Spanish. And I know what you're thinking, ooh, Lawrence, of course a lot of people speak Spanish in America. There are millions of Americans who came from Spanish-speaking countries or whose ancestors did the same. And that makes total sense, but I think it took living here to realise just how big of a role the Spanish language plays in American society. But it goes deeper than this, because something that I've noticed after living extensively in both countries, Americans are just generally better at pronouncing Spanish words. A fine example of this would be the Spanish dish paella. And notice how I said it there, because that's not how I...
Yeah, we'll say paella, also Tenerife. I think Americans say Tenerife, and it is actually that, isn't it? I mean, if you don't watch the reactions we've done, you probably don't realise how big of an influence Spanish has. We obviously know because of the amount of reactions, but it's just, there's a lot of Spanish influence, Spanish culture, makes sense coming from Mexico and stuff like that, doesn't it?
I used to pronounce it when I lived in Britain. Me and most people I knew pronounced it paella. And the first time that I used this pronunciation on an American, he gave me the sort of look that you give to somebody who's weighing in a ditch. And it was at that point that I realised that two L's next to each other in Spanish mean a completely different thing to what they do in Welsh.
Wow, in Welsh.
If I've learned anything from this video, it's that I'm not going to read the comments. But I've also developed a newfound appreciation for my American cousins and my British siblings. People, and although this list was about things that Americans do better than British people, I am leaving this open to a sequel. That being 6 things that British people do better than Americans.
Checked that one out, haven't we?
If you like what I...
No, we did words, yeah. And we haven't done the other version, so let us know if you want to see them in the comments below when he does do the second one. We will check the comments though, which is probably dangerous and probably always a bad idea because there's a lot of trolls in there, but there's majority nice people.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments what you think about. Let us know what you think the US is better than the UK at, and we'll reverse it, a little Uno reverse. Let us know what you think of Britain is better than the US at.
Good idea.
Yeah, if you can think of something, a little Uno reverse in there. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the subscribe, and watch the video.
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.